So I did a video the night before last. I guess I didn't put it up until last night, but it's about this sub gig that I'm doing actually today in about 12 hours. I gotta get some sleep here in a little bit, but I have a friend who is in need. Something happened, there's circumstances beyond his control, and he cannot do a gig this Saturday. So I'm stepping in as the sub, and I had to do a lot of prep to get ready to do this. I am all ready to go, by the way. No problem. But I posted this video talking about this, how I'm doing this for a friend, and I had some questions that I wanted to address in a vlog video. So here we go. First thing, a lot of people were talking about money. They said, well, how do you work out the cash thing with this? And it's funny because I didn't really think about it too much, and that's because the individual who I'm doing the sub work for, I completely 100% trust. He's a friend of mine. So I also know that money is not something that's appropriate to talk about right now, considering the circumstances. What is the thing to worry about right now is that my friend's stress level isn't there about this job. It's handled, and I've assured him that it's going to be handled. When I was in the hospital with my situation 6 years ago, I had a lot of gigs on the books, and I had a lot of club dates to fill, I had a lot of weddings to take care of, and the people I reached out to, money wasn't brought up once. They knew that I was in need, and they handled the situation for me. A lot of people stepped up in the Milwaukee DJ community, and I didn't know I had that many friends, but I did. Having said that, as far as how did it work out in the end, they were paid in full. I took no money for those gigs. No deposits, no nothing. I gave them everything. Because I wanted them to be handled. I didn't want to take advantage of anybody. I just wanted the show to go on. But however I work it out with my pal is however I work it out with my pal. Again, now is not the appropriate time to even worry about that. I'm worried about his well-being. I'm worried about the client's gig, and that's it. I haven't really thought about the cash until you guys brought it up. The other thing I want to talk about, I mentioned professional friends. This is something that I feel is really important. And some people have said, no, you don't want professional friends. What you want are DJ associates who just handle things. So this becomes a business transaction at this point. But again, sometimes this is a little more sensitive than a simple business transaction. You need to relieve someone's stress. Not only your friend, who's the DJ, but the client as well. And you want to just handle it. And I think that professional friends fit the bill perfect. People you work with, people who you know will do a good job. And they may not be you. They may not do exactly what you do. But they are competent and they can handle it. You got to be careful who you pick to do this kind of stuff with. I can tell you the story. There was a DJ who was new in town. And we connected and I befriended him. And he asked me, hey, can I go on some gigs with you? Yeah, sure. So we worked it out. He came on a few gigs with me. And then, I guess it was maybe a couple months later, he contacts me and says, hey, I need your assistance this weekend at a gig. And I'm like, well, I can't. This is my weekend with my daughter. And he said, hey, well, come on. I helped you out with those other gigs. Well, I didn't ask for his help. He just wanted to come, so I brought him. He wanted to pick my brain and figure out what was going on in my market. It wasn't about helping me. It was about helping him. I was happy to do it, but the guy's keeping score at this point. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to ask this guy to go on any more jobs with me. Next time he asks to go on a job, I'm just going to say, hey, you know what? I got this, because I don't need that. But I continued to help this guy out. And I did some pretty nice things for him. Loaned him equipment. I even stepped up, and we'll just say I introduced him to some professionals and kind of got him associated with some people he wouldn't have maybe had an in with otherwise. But then things started coming up about how this person was doing or saying things that started to reflect poorly on me. And it happened more than once. And I had to think to myself, is this the kind of person that I want to even be associated with? Simply because they're making me look bad at this point. So that is not somebody who I'm talking to anymore. That is not someone I do business with anymore. I have other people I can do that with, no problem, no drama. So anyway, that's my vlog. I'll leave it at that. That's quite enough for a Saturday morning. We'll see you probably Sunday morning with a gig log. So stay tuned for that. And we got Midwest DJs Live coming up Monday and Tuesday. A lot of people are in town for that. We're going to be doing videos with them, I'm sure, some live broadcasts and such. So plenty going on. Stick around. We'll see you then. Practice and enjoy.